Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 17. I'm Adam and I got two more beasts fighting for a spot in round 2. These beasts are both relatively old, one from Series 5, one from Series 6. Let's introduce them now. Representing Series 5, The Shade of Death, book number 5, Trema, the Earth Lord. And, on the other side, representing Series 6, The World of Chaos, book number 2, Muro, the Rat Monster. So both of these beasts, like I said, are relatively old compared to the rest of the series. Now, one I do prefer more than the other, but, and whilst it is by a large margin, I don't actually really like this beast. I just think it's good. Now, I'm not doing the abilities again because that's Lucas and Impus doing it now. I will be doing just the weaknesses, and yeah, and then we'll decide the battlefield and all that. As for previous beasts in their series has already fought, for Series 5, only Amictus has fought before in this tournament already, and she was actually in episode 1, and spoiler warning by the way, she lost to Carnivora. And Muro had Komodo, Merc, and Terra already fight from his season. And out of all of them, only Terra lost. So at the moment, we've got no beast from Series 5 through yet, but we do have 2 from Series 6 already. We're just gonna go to the stats now, and I'll see you in a bit.
Trema, the Earth Lord. Trema tunnels through the earth using his sharp claws and jagged teeth to defeat his enemies. His muscular body is covered in thick blue armor, tough enough to withstand the strongest sword blows. His glowing red eyes help him see in the darkness, and a row of jewels sparkles across his forehead. Now onto his stats. Burrows underground, sticky, trapping slime, sharp fangs, sharp claws, armored shell that can withstand the strongest swords, and of course he can see in the dark along with wall crawling. Let's see how he does in the tournament.
Muro, the rat monster, with a body 5 times the size of a bull. The rat monster rampages through the fields of Caonia. On dark nights you might catch a glimpse of his yellow eyes gleaming between the cornstalks, or hear his horrible whistling squeak. His pink tail whips back and forth, and his whiskers are sharp as blades. Now onto his stats. Enhanced senses, very thick high which can deflect arrows, sharp claws, sharp fangs, tail whip, whiskers as tough as steel, rat control, acid saliva, and annoying whistle squeak make him one deadly opponent in the tournament.
3, 2, 1!
So, Trema versus Muro, let's get into this. Okay, so now that we're back, we're going to start with Trema's weaknesses. So, his first weakness is a weakness to salt. Because Trema is a slug, and slugs shrivel up when they come into contact to salt, that's one of his weaknesses. And another one is enchantment, but Muro is not going to enchant him, because he can't. Muro's weaknesses is his blindness. Whilst he does have a good sense of smell and hearing, his blindness is one of his weaknesses, and when his tail is removed or cut off, he loses. So yeah, that's their weaknesses. Not major weaknesses. One weakness is more notable than the other, but I will digress. So that the battlefield would be a lush, grassy arena. And I'm not going to say a forest, because last time Trema fought someone in the forest, he uprooted the entire forest. Just look at Battle of the Beasts Old Generation, Trema versus Terra. Muro's out for revenge this time. Technically, Blood Bowl uprooted the entire forest this time. But yeah. As both beasts exit from the chambers, Muro runs straight out and just feels the long grass just brushing along his greasy, grimy fur. And Muro feels okay with this. Trema burrows down underground and just pops right out of the ground, just exploding the grass and dirt all around him, just going all over the area. Some of it lands on Muro, and Muro can smell Trema already. Smell that dirt and the slime that Trema has on him. So just checking. Okay, and Trema instantly sees Muro and shoots out slime towards him. Muro, not being able to see this, but feels like something's going to happen if he just stays still. He moves out of the way just in time for slime to splatter down and just stick tons of grass pieces together. And Muro runs up towards Trema, jumps and goes to scratch at Trema. However, he comes into contact with the armored shell that Trema has, and what Trema does is that he just lies flat down, crushing Muro beneath him. Muro is able to tries to use his saliva to melt through the armor, but his acidic saliva isn't strong enough to melt his armor. So with that, he tries to use his sharp claws and teeth to pry his way through the gaps in the armor to peel it off. But Trema is shaking around so violently, and using his claws, he grabs onto Muro, tears him off himself, and chucks Muro to the ground and shoots saliva directly after Muro. That splatters onto Muro's back, sticking his grimy fur together. And then Trema does the same to his neck, and it pins his neck down onto the ground. Muro has trouble seeming to getting up, and using his claws he tries to slash at it, which he's able to slice through it and get himself free, but he also slices his fur off in the process. Trema, realising this gold mine of an idea he's got now, he shoots sticky goo at Muro's feet this time, sticking him to the ground where he can't really move at all. Muro's writhing around violently, trying to get free. Trema lurks his way up towards Muro, and using his claws, he holds Muro's head down to the ground steady, whilst using other claws to hold his body down. And using one of his claws, he digs it into the exposed flesh of the fur his neck that's been cut off by his own claws when he's trying to cut through the slime. And Muro feels the pain, he feels his blood just seeping out, and Trema persists, going right in there, and feels something in the middle there. He goes to grab onto it and pulls it right out. He ends up pulling out Muro's spine. And Muro's body just stops making noises and goes completely lifeless. Trema sees that, and using it, he smashes it on the ground, smashing the skull into millions of pieces. So that, Trema's won, Muro's lost. That was a very grim description and a very quick battle. But in all fairness though, if you think Muro should have won, please leave in the comments below what you think of that. However, my word is final. However, I really don't see a way in how Trema could have lost. So, yeah. And the way that Muro died was, yes, being grim and also very quick. There was nothing Muro can do. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Muro is out. So, with that, that's all for this time. Join me in the next video where I'll have 2 more beasts fighting it out. And until then, I'll see you next time.